the chilling story of the BTK killer. Dennis Rader, infamously known as the BTK killer, bind, torture, kill, led a double life that concealed his horrifying crimes for over 3 decades. Born on March 9, 1945, in Pittsburgh, Kansas, Rader grew up in a seemingly normal environment. However, from a young age, he exhibited disturbing behavior, including a fascination with binding and torturing animals, hinting at the dark fantasies that would later drive his actions. Raised in Wichita, Kansas, Rader appeared to be a typical boy next door, yet his high school years were marked by a growing obsession with violent sexual fantasies involving bondage. In 1974, Rader began his reign of terror in Wichita with the brutal murder of the Otero family. On January 15, 1974, Joseph and Julie Otero, along with their children, Josephine, 11, and Joseph Jr., 9, were bound and strangled in their home. The crime scene was horrific, with Rader leaving behind a gruesome tableau that shocked the community and law enforcement. Rader's methodical approach involved breaking into homes, binding his victims, torturing them, and finally killing them in ways that fulfilled his sadistic fantasies. Rader's next known victim was Catherine Bright, attacked in her home on April 4, 1974. Rader broke in, bound her, and stabbed her multiple times, also attacking her brother Kevin, who survived and provided vital information to the police. In 1977, Rader killed Shirley Vian, a mother of 3. He forced her children into a bathroom and strangled her with a cord, leaving her lifeless body for her children to discover. Later that year, he murdered Nancy Fox, whom he had stalked for months. Rader entered her home, tied her up, and strangled her with a belt, then called the police himself to report the murder. Throughout his killing spree, Rader taunted police and the media with letters detailing his crimes and mocking their efforts to catch him. His arrogance and need for recognition led him to send a series of letters, including detailed descriptions of his murders, drawings, and items taken from his victims. In one of his letters, he coined the moniker BTK, which stood for bind, torture, kill, succinctly encapsulating his modus operandi. He even left clues inside library books, further taunting law enforcement. For years, Rader managed to elude capture, blending into the community as a devoted family man, church leader, and Cub Scout volunteer, while secretly continuing his sadistic activities. His ability to lead a seemingly ordinary life while committing such heinous acts left an indelible mark on true crime history. The BTK killer's reign of terror seemed to end in 1991, but in 2004, after a decade of silence, Rader resumed communication with authorities, seeking the spotlight once more. His fatal mistake came when he sent a floppy disk to the police, which they were able to trace back to his church. This crucial piece of evidence led to his arrest on February 25, 2005. During his trial, Rader provided graphic confessions, detailing how he selected, stalked, and killed his victims, shocking the world with his calm demeanor and lack of remorse. He described his process of projects, where he would identify potential victims and then meticulously plan their capture and murder. He recounted in chilling detail how he enjoyed torturing and killing his victims, often keeping souvenirs from each crime. His ability to compartmentalize his brutal actions and maintain a facade of normalcy continues to baffle psychologists and criminologists. If you're intrigued by the mind of one of America's most notorious serial killers, join us as we delve deeper into the BTK killer's story. Subscribe to Real Crime Home for more chilling true crime stories, unsolved mysteries, and in-depth analyses.